GuitarBazaar.net. In a lot of discussions, I've had people tell me that the turns, how many turns of wire on that pickup determine the tone, and that's the only thing that's going to determine the tone. In actuality, the material you use for the base plate, the screws, the wire, the guitar, the bridge, all play an important part in the tone. One of the things that's overlooked, and it's overlooked a lot, and a lot of people don't understand it, that the magnetic field created by your magnets, and you've got two magnets below this that run parallel with those screws. The screws, of course, run perpendicular to those magnets. That creates a magnetic field that we measure in henries, and that can be changed simply and easy. I'm going to show you something that'll prove to you that the henries and magnetic fields and covers that you put on pickups can have a great difference in the tone. Everybody knows that putting a cover on or off, they say that creates more power. Well, in a way yes, in a way no. Right now we've got this ohm meter set to 20 ohms. And as I put a metal ruler there, you'll see it dances around, but it goes right back to where it was. 6.76, 6.76, no change. So the resistance in ohms does not change by a cover. So what is it? We're going to switch this meter over to read henries. Now we're looking at the magnetic field. One thing to do is just take a ruler and pass it over the top. I'm not touching anything, but you'll see that that ruler, if I go this way, we don't have a lot of play. If I go this way, we're getting fluctuations in the henries, the magnetic field. Now we're at 3.66, and I'm going to take this ruler and I'm going to lay it alongside those pole pieces, and they're actually touching the pole pieces, and you can see we've dropped down to 4.18 henry. As we take it away, we back up to 3.6. The higher the number, the darker you're going to get. So if you got a pickup that's bright, hey, play all day with a ruler on the side of it, right? Okay, I'm going to take another ruler and I'm going to put it on the back side. 4.18, 4.17. So you can see that the two rulers don't change it. But just that one ruler that's run along the side of those screws drastically changes the magnetic field. Now when you strum those strings, you're also changing the field. The vibration of those strings changes that magnetic field. And when you raise the pickup closer to the strings, you'll notice, let's do it that way, we're at 3.66 or 3.65. What I'm going to do now is take a popsicle stick and I'm going to put it under the pickup at either side and put the strings a little closer. And what you'll notice is the disruption of that field is a little higher. Now if I take two popsicle sticks, and we'll just do it on one side and get that just a bit closer, watch the numbers. Take them out. Put that pickup down. So the magnetic field is being changed if you introduce metal, magnetic metal, ferrous material, now watch. By having that wider field, you notice we're a little more stable, and the fluctuation is not as great. So does adding a cover change your tone? Yes. Does moving your pickup closer change that magnetic field? Not as much. Henry's. Now what happens is there's a magnetic field that's moving around constantly, and that is called eddies. With eddies, anytime you disrupt that magnetic field, the eddies, did you see that? Did you see that jump up? Because I'm sucking that magnetic field a little bit further away. Now if I go on this side of the pickup towards the bridge, same thing. We're at 4.1, 3.65, 66, 67 is basically where we're going to land. Strings are moving around. We can stop that and should get stable. We go right here, we're right back up to 4.1. So as you can see, that magnetic field being changed. Look at that. That's huge. You don't think that has an effect on the tone? You're wrong. Hope this has been a little bit informative to some of you. Please note there's a brass base plate. Nickel silver base plate, these screws actually complete that magnetic field down to the base plate, which changes things as well. So the material you use for your base plate, your screws, whether they're alloy or real steel, are going to have an effect. And anything running perpendicular to those magnets is going to change the Henrys. The more Henrys, the darker the pickup. The less Henrys, the brighter. And then just a simple addition of a magnetic cover or a strip of metal. If you want to make your pickup a little darker, put a strip of metal on the side of the pole screws and see what happens. Your pickup's going to darken up. Neat little trick. Okay, so now what we've done is we've used a couple of alligator clips to connect the pickup to a guitar cord that's running down under the table to a little pig nose amp. Not the best, but you'll get the idea. What we've got is our ruler once again, and I'm hoping that you can, I'm going to zoom in so we don't need to really look at anything but what we're doing. Now if you listen, kind of chinny. I'm going to place that ruler again and disrupt that eddy field. So you can not only see that, and this is a thicker ruler, we've gotten a little weaker by placing this here, the cover. That's where the old myth that taking your cover off increases the power. No, it increases what you hear. It doesn't change the power of the pickup. But it will change the tone. It'll darken that pickup up. And I know there's more volume, but if you can, you'll notice that you're getting a change in the tone.